We are live.
Oh, we are. Yeah, I was focused on
I know
this.
what you think. I know what you're thinking.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Is this the thumbnail, Manny? Yeah, it
Yes.
is.
I was
Tell you
wondering.
what it
This
should
is what you
be.
brought.
Tell you what it should be.
Dijak doesn't approve. Dijak does not approve.
Yeah, but
Dijak is
Marcus,
like,
I
what are you
just
guys
realized what
playing?
this
Killer the
is.
Flower Move?
I just realized what this is. This isn't MC and DJ Tatanka.
Okay.
This is DJ Tatanka and Post Malone.
I was so happy to see these two crazy kids get together. To me, like I was like, there it is.
Were you?
There.
Were you?
There it is.
Were you? I said put them together, and then I recall you saying, you being very down on that idea.
Yeah, because I said, man, that's racist. I am on the side of Vince McMahon.
No, Marcus, because the Hurt Business are now called The Pride on SmackDown because they're a pack of lions. However, and now on NXT, I've got two Native Americans. I've got the tribe.
So you call them the tribe? They can't be the tribe because they're the tribal chief. You can't call them the tribe.
Yeah, I'm calling him. Ain't.
He's around, man. He's still around. The tribal chief is around. He doesn't have to show up for you. He showed up on his time. Him and Zion
doesn't work, Marcus. Doesn't work.
He works. He shows up. He walks he looks from a distance. You don't understand the paperwork that man does behind the scenes for the bloodline.
My internet is struggling this week, so my camera's going to be jittery.
Looks like he had 3 cups of coffee in his camera. So, welcome to the show. That's Manny. I'm Marcus. We're the Hangs of the Ropes. We're ready to go for the show today. And we're going to talk about AEW Dynamite and NXT. If you don't know.
All right, let's start.
It's a Thursday show.
Let's start. AEW Dynamite kicks off with Christian Cage versus Dustin Rhodes for another deserving TNT Championship match.
Yeah, this match was in 19. I'm doing research. Maybe 2000. I'm gonna say 2001. This match probably happened.
I think I saw this match where Christian at the time was wearing a fancy frilly shirt, and Dustin was probably Goldust at the time.
I would say he was coming out with Luna and getting in bondage and chains and stuff at the time. Or did we get this in TNA and he was Black Rain with his Arctic Fox? And it was Christian Cage, Manny. But I've known we had this match at one point in our lifetime.
Or was it Relic?
Oh, that's Killer backwards. You don't talk that dangerous. Don't talk that dangerous.
Christian has to hit 2 kill switches to finally put away Dustin Rhodes to retain the TNT Championship.
Yeah, I thought Christian wrestled like a babyface the entire match. He was diving all over the place. He had to play the young athletic wrestler in this match to Dustin's old man and punches. But I was a little upset that Dustin kicked out of the first kill switch. I was like, why? Why are we protecting Dustin? He could have went down. He didn't went down.
It really did.
To me, it undercut the ending of the show when Cook kicked out of Joe's finish because, I just feel like he could have stayed down and, it'd been more surprising when Hook kicked out at 1. I'm just saying.
No, Hook should have kicked out at 1, but we'll get to that when we get to the main event. Swerve is interviewed in the back. Said while he didn't win the Continental Classic, everyone is talking about him, making him the most dangerous man going after the most coveted prize in the industry. He defeated Hangman Page twice now. He has no reason to do it again and nobody to prove it. Hangman's rebuttal was Swerve seems to think about him a lot, but he doesn't think about him at all. But it doesn't matter because if he can't beat Swerve because he isn't the champion, Samoa Joe is.
Yeah, hey! Can I chime in on Hangman Page's comments? Liar!
Yeah.
Liar! First of all, I don't understand why Swerve has raccoon eyes now. I don't understand why he's painting his eyes. They're getting darker and darker around there. 2,
He hasn't slept, Marcus.
Hangman.
That's what it is. He hasn't slept.
I'm just a little tired. Hangman, how dare you say you're not thinking about Swerve when last week we all saw you for no reason come out there after Swerve won his match. You just walked out there. Swerve had no beef with you. You were talking about Samoa Joe. You showed up an hour and 45 minutes late to work and was talking about, I need to get revenge on this Undisputed Kingdom and Samoa Joe. But yet, they were both on the show today, and you didn't step up to either one of them. And yet, you still talked about Swerve. You're a liar. You are a liar.
Chris Jericho upset with the Don family because they cost them was that Battle of the Belts. He is challenged, and then he is challenged by Matt Sydal at Rampage.
Yeah, Chris Jericho,
Why?
who is still barred from ringside, so he doesn't get booed or whatever it is. I don't know, Manny. I don't know why this is happening, and I don't know why Jericho just can't take a break and be on TV. It would be nice. It would be nice. I know they may say, oh no, but all our stars are gone. Bryan Danielson, Jon Moxley, and Kenny Omega, and the Elite are technically not on the show today. But I didn't need Chris Jericho. Let's send him let's send his ass home too. Pack it up.
Need to be
to
on
quote a wise man.
And then we got Orange Cassidy and Trent versus Penta and Commander. Trent pins Commander for the win. The Undisputed Era come out. Roderick says things trying to bait Orange Cassidy into a title match. When he agrees to go right now, Roderick backs out and says he wants him on March 3rd at Revolution.
Oh,
Marcus,
fuck.
it's the 18th of January. It's the 18th of January. I don't think Roderick's got 6 weeks in him. I just don't think he is interesting enough. I don't think he's got the facilities, the amenities to keep a 6-week program going.
I mean, he can barely keep me for 6 seconds in his promos. I went, what the flying hell? What the flying hell? When he announced that this is a mid-card title, Roderick, you're not fighting for the main event at WrestleMania. Okay? What the hell? You gonna wait 6 weeks? I'm gonna fight you March 3rd at Revolution. Are you just trying to solidify your spot on the card? Honestly, if you guys would have run this next week, have a random fucked up DQ finish like we always do, and then run it back at Revolution, no one would care. No one would care. I'm just saying, we don't need this much build for two people who cannot talk. And I know Orange probably has more charisma than Roddy, but come on, Roddy, what's Roddy gonna do for 6 weeks? Oh, I'm gonna challenge you, or we're gonna forget about the match, and then when the pay-per-view comes and we're watching the pay-per-view and it's 500 matches on the show, we go, oh yeah, they built this up 2 months ago.
This tube of Pringles has more charisma than Roderick Strong.
Well, it's a much better mustache. Actually, he does kind of look like the Pringles guy these days. And then I'll also add, Manny, how many title matches do you think Orange Cassidy's going to have in 6 weeks? I got 3.
I got 4. He's gonna do all in the next 6 weeks. He's gonna wrestle on every show.
Yeah, Roddy's gonna be waiting and gonna lose his title shot because Commander's gonna slip up and get him, or Laredo Kid or something like that. Like, what? He's here.
We don't need to go into detail, but Mark Briscoe talks about his brother Jay. It's 1 year on from his passing, and his niece, who was deemed that she couldn't walk, is now walking, which is great news.
Yeah, I want to say 2 things. One is negative, and the rest is all positive. So don't give me slack on this one. One, how dare they cut away from the entrance of the niece? She's walking to the ring. That's what you want to see. And they cut away to the crowd as if she wasn't going to walk. And they said like Mark Briscoe said, they said that she's never going to walk again. And I'm assuming she was going to walk out. And immediately they cut the crowd reactions. And I was like, what the fuck? I want to see her walk. On top of that, on a positive note, this is really nice. I thought this was a nice, touching tribute. It gave me the feels. I wasn't expecting it at all on the show.
Yeah.
And this is the thing that I say, I'm glad there's an AEW for stuff like this. And Tony Khan is really like, This is a nice gesture. It shows what kind of guy he really is. A really nice guy.
Yeah, because I feel like
that.
WWE would have done it on socials. They wouldn't have put it on air.
Yeah.
They probably would have done it during the commercial break, and then
would not have done it at all.
Probably not.
They're not into.
They don't. Yeah, they don't tend to.
They're not into bummer stories. They're into tributes.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, he died, but they don't ever.
To be fair, though, I
I
kind of agree with it. I do kind of agree with it. Like last week was a tribute show to
Brody
Lee, and it kind of brings the tone down. You know what I mean? Like when you're watching the show, it's like you feel sad because it's a tribute. You made it a tribute show, so you feel sad about it. So like I can't. It removes most of the emotion from the rest of the night because you feel bad.
Yeah. But they are nice. They are nice. I thought this was better than Brody's tribute. Not to compare, like, oh, whose death are we celebrating more? I just thought the 8-man and 8-woman tag, that was a disconnect for me.
Yeah.
But this was just nice. It was simple. Like 5 minutes of the show.
So we go backstage again where Renee interviewed last week. They spoke for about 5 minutes and said not much of anything. Could you recall anything they said?
They said, you call us Nicholas, do. You call me Matt, do. I don't know why I felt like they were going to do jam poetry. They're the EVPs, yada, yada, yada. And they're going to end Steve's career. But I was like, no, you're not. You want to know why? Sting is ending his career. He said the show's going to be his last match. Whether he wins or lose, he's going to say this is his last match. You cannot say I'm ending your career when the man's already announced, yeah, it's going to be my last match of this one.
We move into the Legion of Doom. No, the Authors of Pain. No, the Gates of Agony and Brian Cage.
Oh, okay.
Versus Bullet Club Gold.
I thought I didn't know what team we were looking at, man. He's, are they from the parts of those, or they're from the mean streets of Chicago, or all I know they hold the key to all the pain in the world, and I don't believe it.
Jay White hits Blade Runner for the win. Anthony Bowens prevents Prince Nana's interference with the title. Bullet Club Gold are the new ROH Trios champions. The Acclaim stand at the top of the ramp with the AEW Trios championships. I don't care about any of this because it's what they're going to have. They're going to have a unification match, because if they don't, this is going to be tragic because I do not care.
I'm really hoping that we get a unification match, Manny. There don't need to be 2 trios tag team titles. You barely have 1 trios team. Oh,
Marcus,
when they were fighting
Ultimate. What if they do the Ultimate thing, Marcus? They take away one of the trios titles, so they banish it. So that, for instance, they banish the ROH trios titles, and they make a 5-man tag team title, a 6-man tag team title.
Yeah, they join forces.
Man?
It's like
12 man.
Don't get Tony excited, Manny. You know he's a very excitable person. He will do it. We're at the Octo Championship titles. The Octos. I'm an Octo champion. Oh, what? But I knew the Bullet Club Gold was winning these tag titles with 1, they came out with new music, and 2, why the hell would they fight this team if they weren't taking the titles? And Manny, could I add something to this? On top of all of this merger of friends, and we need to join together for whatever fucking reason. I don't know why they want to join. Maybe Billy Gunn wants to reunite with his kids. But for whatever reason, we get this, Manny. I hope at the end of the day, we learn something. Tony, get rid of all these belts immediately. I say get rid of all 6 of these belts. Let them kill themselves. Let them all die.
The tag team titles mean nothing at the moment.
Yeah.
Like, I forget every time. I have to remind myself that Ricky Starks and Big Bill hold them.
Yeah, I forget too. I go, who or what tag team champ? I get mixed up. I forget who the AEW Trios tag team champions were. In fact, there was a portion of me that thought the Kingdom was the AEW tag team champions, but I have to remember, no, they're the Ring of Honor tag team champions. Just too many goddamn belts and too many things to remember. And you know what about this Mogul Embassy losing and the Gates of Agony? Can we get to Swerve and see his response to them? Does he ever talk to these people? It's a completely different universe. No. In the same faction.
He's too busy watching other things. So we move into the inaugural women's match of the night.
Yes.
The only women's interaction of the night with Anna Jay versus Deonna Purrazzo. Toni Storm was on commentary, but I feel like rather than add to the thing, she was more of a distraction than anything. She feeds Riccoboni a macaroon at the announce desk, and apparently he was doing something to her with his feet under the desk.
Oh.
Yeah.
Exciting.
And she liked it, according to her.
There's some freaky things going on down that table. She said.
Do you know what? I thought it was a pretty decent match. I haven't really watched any of Deonna Purrazzo's stuff in TNA. She wins by submission. One thing they should probably stop doing, if people don't have the cardio, don't interview them after the match, because I find I hate hearing people breathe like that.
Manny, okay, so first, Toni Storm, I can't remember a single thing in this match. I'll be honest. Toni Storm had me hooked to her every word and actions at the table. I'll be honest. That's what happened. I was caught up into that. Two, I 100% second agree that Purrazzo should not be cutting promos after her match because she was so winded. She went, so Toni, hold on. Let me gather myself. I see you when we fight for the title. As Toni is getting carried off by Luther, who probably has one of the best jobs in the world. I don't know how he got this job. I'm just like, oh yeah, I get to just grab Toni Storm whenever I want. It's ridiculous. But yeah, she was well-winded. It was like Jey Uso just finished coming out, flopping around for 20 minutes, and then
do you know what? I'm not holding this just to Deonna Purrazzo. I'm also holding this to Jey Uso as well. Do not be talking after you've been doing this for about 5 minutes.
Yeah. Hey, you using Yeet as a place to take a break. But it's everybody. What? If you don't have the car, if you're not Roderick Strong or Bryan Danielson or numerous other guys who can cut a promo after a match, don't do it. I'm not expecting Joe to do it. If Samoa Joe wouldn't do it,
I don't expect Joe to do it after he walked to the ring.
Yeah.
After Joe's walked to the ring, I expect them to do a commercial before he speaks.
Yeah, well, they got to dry him off on a towel first. It's like, ooh, he's sweating already.
I feel like the whole interaction between Deonna and Toni Storm was a bit meh. The camera work between them all was a bit terrible. Like, the throwing of the shoes multiple times. They missed them each time.
Yep. I feel like the cameraman was Kevin Dunn this week. I don't know. It was just like weird shots of like, cut away, cut away, cut away. I don't know what was going on.
I asked this question because he is your brother. What are the odds on Saturday that Eric body shaves Deonna Purrazzo? If he even brings this match up.
I'm at 50% chance he will do it because I don't think he's going to remember the match. He's going to forget it happened because, again, I don't want to rant and prolong the show, and beat a dead horse. Toni, more women's segments. We can't throw them all in one and have our necessary women's match of the week. Like, I feel like we're eating vegetables every time he put the women out there. Like, all right, here we go.
Yeah.
Toni Storm's the best act on his show. She's the best character. She's the best character on his show. It's not even. I don't even know if it's close. Like, it's either her or maybe Christian, who's kind of lost some steam. But she is 100% the best character. If you started the show with Toni Storm, I think you'll get more views than starting the show with whatever match they started the show with this week.
Yeah, and then we go into the match that I did not care about.
Oh, Manny, how could you not?
Because I saw a better match called Trick and Melo versus
So I was gonna say
Malik Blade and Idris
Enofe. But I was gonna say save this for NXT review, Manny. But I would like to say who had the better Martin Luther King Classic? AEW or WWE with the Malik Blade
Martin Luther King Classic.
Why not? It's so close. It's so close. It's too close. The Martin Luther King Day Classic, Malik Blade and Idris Enofe against Carmelo and Trick, or Top Flight versus the Private Party with a now out of shape Mark Glenn who wrestles in a t-shirt and looks really chunky. Man wrestles in the best of the t-shirt now, Manny.
It's clearly NXT's Martin Luther King Classic. The MLK Classic was better on NXT, Marcus. It's very clear that it was.
I'm going to pick the NXT one as well because I could care less about the Top Flight people. And at the end of this match, I don't understand why Axel Andrade was upset. It's a clear accident. Mark Quinn is out of shape and had no balance and fell into that rope and did not grab that rope. You saw it. He really got there. If it was supposed to be an obvious cheating move, he really forgot that because he didn't put his arm into 2.5 and fell over. It was like, he's out of shape. Like, if Eric gets to fat shame somebody on the show, it should be Mark Quinn. Because that boy, why are you wearing a vest and a t-shirt? How out of shape are you under all that? And his flips didn't look as crisp. I know he's coming back from knee injury, but he just didn't seem like he was ready to come back, and they rushed it because everybody was like, what the fuck? Where's Mark Quinn?
Then we get Samoa Joe.
He was tired after shots, man. He shots. Woo! How did I do this? When did go to commercial?
Samoa Joe versus Hook, the main event for the the AEW Championship. Samoa Joe basically slams Hook through a table, Uranagi's him, a spinning Uranagi, and then Hook just hits the back of his head on the edge of the table.
Ooh. Yep, Taz is right there too. You know, so I forgot Taz and them were there. I'm thinking they're always up at the top of the ramp. I'm always because that's where they used to be, or that's where they are most of the time on Dynamite, right? I don't understand why they're ringside.
Normally they're there.
Yeah,
normally they're up there.
So it freaked me out when I was like, oh, they just hit the table, and then it occurred to me as Hook is getting this about 15-20 minute ass whooping, basically.
It wasn't even 15. 20 minutes. It was 8.
It was an 8-minute match.
Yeah.
Ooh. Damn, I thought it was a little bit longer, but I as he was getting this, I was thinking, is this the first Dynamite that we had no blood? There were no really weapons used on the show. Oh, no one almost died.
Excuse me, Mark Quinn did the dastardliest thing. Even if you want to try and claim that he lost his balance.
I slipped up. Well, let's say, okay, he cheated, Manny. He cheated. But think of it this way. There was very little outside interference on the show. Yeah, there were some rules being played with in some of the other matches in the tag match, whatever. But there weren't any weapons or blood on the show. This is like a first. There was no Falls Count Anywhere match on Dynamite. They played it straight. There was no table spot until the Joe moment, which goes, holy shit. That was it. That's the only violence was Joe on the show.
Marcus, let me play a game with you. Okay. You're on commentary. You're Hook's your son, so you're Taz basically.
Allegedly, he don't look like it,
but. At what point do you take off the headset? When Joe slams him through the table, or when he power bombs him on the hardest part of the ring?
Definitely on the table.
How good of a concerned father are you? The table or the apron?
The table right away. I'm throwing in the towel and I'm pushing Joe like, what the fuck, man? What the fuck? You already had him beat. You already whooped his ass. Because the table spot, Joe not only did the table spot, but then he did the saunter around the ring. Then came back into
the saunter around the ring was the best part.
Yes.
That was the ultimate disrespect.
You're just walking around the ring. He was so proud of himself. Only for a Hook to get back in the ring and kick out on one after the Muscle Buster. And then get a John Cena flurry to only get choked out to die. To only ask for more. To be like, no, I'm not done. So, Manny, the way people get choked out in real life, normally you don't know where you are. Hook not only got choked out, came back and was like, I remember where this was at. Come on, Joe, let's fight. Joe goes back in for seconds. Yeah. Joe goes back in for seconds.
I didn't like the ending of this. I didn't like the ending of this.
What was your issue?
I feel like you could have made like Hook did come out. End of the day, Hook did come out of this looking like a star. I think they accomplished what they needed to accomplish with Hook. Even though Hook wasn't, even though as normal wrestling fans you look at it and go, Hook probably didn't deserve that title match, regardless of record and who he beat and whatnot. Hook probably didn't deserve that match, but and how they planned the match made him look like a star, and it made at points made you believe it, like they did with Jinder on Monday, made you believe in that split second that something could happen.
Yeah,
but for me, what I would have done would be Joe locking in that coquina clutch, and then just have Taz throw in the towel. Have Taz throw in the towel, save his son, and then have a stare down where Joe looks like he's gonna try and take out Taz, and then you have whatever you do with Hangman and Swerve. Swerve didn't even need to be out there, to be honest.
Well, they came out at the end. They didn't really have any confrontation. They just kind of looked like they were looking on. So I didn't mind that they were looking up to the champion and that they didn't have a confrontation and it didn't take away from Hook. But I thought it was fine. I thought, I do like to throw it in the towel of, that's my son. That's my boy.
Yeah, I think that would have added to it.
But I think it accomplished what it needed to accomplish. It was very memorable. It was and they did tell the story that, of the fans who didn't believe Hook should be there, they were right. He shouldn't have been there, and he shouldn't have been fighting Joe. That's a different level of just chaos and just pain.
Do you know what? If Tony just shut the fuck up last week, I think this would have been more of a surprise and more of like, do you know what? More people would probably be talking about it.
Yeah, I thought
more people would probably talking about Hook. More people be probably talking about Hook with like, look how well he came out. Look what Joe's just turned him into a future star.
Yeah,
I feel like if Tony Khan just kept his mouth fucking shut, and we just witnessed that without any like anything looking into it, I think I would have had a better opinion of this match because it was still good.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I thought that it was one of those like, oh, I don't know what to expect from this, but I got exactly what should have happened, which was a squash match that was a main event. I said it was Brock Lesnar versus John Cena at SummerSlam or Extreme Rules or whatever, whichever one.
No, Marcus, John Cena had some fight. John Cena had no fight in that match. Hook nearly defeated Samoa Joe at one point.
He only almost defeated Samoa Joe to the same reason Diana Peraza was defeated by the microphone, and that's cardio. And Joe was like, all right, I got to put him away. I'm tired. But I thought a standout match, and it was really good. It was really good. I fear for Hook's life after that Uranagi on the table. That was nasty.
But Marcus,
that was so nasty.
Let me ask you a question before we move on to NXT. What was the cage match rating of the title match?
Oh man! So I don't go to cage match. Do they go up to 10? They go up to a scale of 10, right?
They go up to 10. And I'm not going to ask you for the decimal point. I'm just going to ask you for the actual whole number.
I was going to chase the decimal point. I was chasing the decimal point. I was going to say 8.7.
Are you close?
8.7.
It was an 8.22 based on 200 votes.
Yeah. That you know what? I feel like that's about right. That's about an 8 though. It was a really good match. It was very memorable.
Marcus, do you know why this website's a piece of shit?
Oh,
what would you think the tag team?
Go ahead.
What do you think the match that came before this is rating his?
I would have given it about a 5. I would have given it a
6.5, which is 2.5. 6.5, Marcus, is ridiculous.
Yeah, so I would also say with the cage match review, man, because this was a news story, they had to release a statement about tribalism and like what we can't do anymore due to the Jinder Mahal Seth Rollins match of either the match being marked up or marked down by depending on which side you were on. So I believe they had a lot of AEW and WWE fans come in, and if it was WWE Pro, they marked it up. If it was AEW, they would mark it down. And they're considering now that you have to be a registered voter now onto the website and leave a comment to get your cage match review, make it official. Which shows me that their rankings is really horrible, that anybody can just go in there and just be like, yeah, that's a 10. That's a 10. You know, Great Khali versus
because Seth Rollins versus Jinder Mahal, based on 176 votes, is a 4.59.
Yeah, 170. That's all. That's all the votes.
Yeah.
Why do we take this website serious if these are all the votes?
No, I don't take this website seriously. This is worse than taking. This is just as bad as taking Dave Meltzer's ratings.
Yeah, like I think if you don't have 1,000 votes, more than 1,000 votes, I can't take you serious. Like on any voting scale, if you don't have 1,000 votes, I can't take it serious. That should be the minimum requirement to enter cage match ranking.
We are making really good time. We should probably move into NXT.
Yes, but also say, man, you should put up a poll: better match, Hook or and Job or Jinder and Seth. We can do this later. We're not doing it now due to time constraints.
So Melo and Trick take on Malik and Idris. I thought
in
this
the Martin Luther King Classic.
As we already addressed, it's the MLK Classic. This was a really Trick and Melo win. Trick hits with a running knee on Malik for the win. Dragunov returns in the back, apologizes to Trick, tells him he is cleared now, and that Trick deserves the title on a big stage, and that the match will be at Vengeance Day. Trick appreciates it, but Melo is upset. That was when they were supposed to be in the finals at Vengeance Day.
Yeah. What's this say about the bell shit? This TV show moment of, oh no, like that's immediately commercial break when you find out, oh no, it's the same day. You have to choose. You got to choose who do you love more.
But Trick has a plan. He's going to do both of them.
Yes.
In one night.
And this game Mellow side eye. It gave him Forrest Whitaker eye right away. You're going to do both. And I'm going to become champ. The first ever person to win the NXT Championship Tag Team Champ.
Side eye. He has a lazy eye.
Huh?
Forrest Whitaker does not have a side eye. He has a lazy eye.
Yeah, but I like to add that. Fine, he got Shawn Michaels' eye. What do you want? What do you want? I don't want to make fun of everybody with a bad eye, Manny, okay? He got Ryan eye. Okay, he got Boo Boo Baron eye. Is that what you want me to say? Is that what you want me to say? Because I was trying not to attack people in my house. But
I feel like you were going to attack him regardless.
I do on a daily basis. But I think this is the origin of Trick's turn or Melo's turn. He has to turn on him at Vengeance Day. Is he jumping off the apron in the Classic, or is he going to attack him with the trophy after he win the title?
I think he's going to attack him at Vengeance Day. And it has to be the end of this. They need to start program where they're going off against each other.
Yeah, so
it's going on too long.
Yeah, so I think they win the Dusty Classic, and then Trick gets attacked again. But this time, you see the footage of his Mellow this time, and he hits him with the Dusty Trophy. And he's trying to sub in for the Dragunov match.
Obafemi comes out like a badass.
The man
You have
looks
a problem with
smooth and
this,
everything.
I do have a problem with
Why?
this NXT crowd. Marcus, he's from
Why?
Nigeria. He's not from Wakanda. He's from Nigeria, not a fictional place in Wakanda.
Well, Manny, I have a problem with Fibby. Online, a little bit of controversy. His mother had to chime in, in which he was going where, oh yeah, this is he's one of the youngest champions ever. He's 22 years old. His mother chimed in and said, no, he is not 22 years old. He's 25. And so I was like, what do you know, lady? She's like, I know. I birthed him. He's 25. So Obafemi's lying about his age.
Marcus,
trying to get away with it.
I do have the question, Marcus. When I'm not surprised, are you surprised?
No.
How many African athletes have you? How many African athletes do you know that have lied about their age?
Yeah, African athletes, Dominican Republic athletes, anybody that wasn't born in America, so they can always appear to be younger and be like, "What? They're not old." Like that's mostly a non-American or non-English thing. It's more like, "Oh, I need to be accepted. I need to appear 3 years younger." Like that would make a difference. Obafemi, you look 30. You look 35. No matter what. When you're that big, you're always going to look old.
He says the prophecy said that he was going to be the juggernaut dressed in gold, and that's come true. With this title, he has his divine right to rule all over NXT fans, and he will crush anyone into dust that stands into his way. Because he is bad by destiny.
Yeah. So to me, I got giant Monty Brown vibes from him. I was just waiting for him to say the Serengeti or something like that. But I thought he did a very good job on his promo. And then I guess we learned he's heel when he's like on my time to Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee don't want these problems today.
Yeah, so Dragon Lee hopes that Obafemi continues the tradition of the Open Challenge, and he'll be his first opponent tonight. Obafemi just went, no.
No.
Open challenges are now closed. Well, Dragon Lee then states he wants his rematch at Vengeance Day. Obafemi says he doesn't get to decide anymore. He may consider it.
Yes. But I'm going to tell you this right now. Dragon Lee don't want them problems. He came out in those black pajamas. He was going to get fucked up if he dealt with Obafemi today. Clearly weight class issue here.
I know why Elektra Lopez got left by the Legato. She has weird dreams of grandeur, so they left her alone. She's demented in the head. That's why they left her. Because she has a dream of a triple threat match for the women's title at Vengeance Day between her, Lola Vice, and Lyra Valkyria.
It's nice. So it's nice to believe it.
Lopez, Lola Vice, but, huh?
Some people got a dream, Manny. That was a good plan. It's a good plan. It sounds like it would have worked, but it's wrong.
Marcus, she deserved to have been left behind if she didn't see the foresight that Lola Vice was going to use this contract for herself. Elektra Lopez, Lola Vice, and Lyra Valkyria versus Lyra Valkyria and Tatum Paxley. Lyra and Tatum have Max in gear. This match was all right. Paxley got KO'd by Lola Vice, but falls onto Elektra and pins her for the win.
Let's go back to useless. But this is when the delusion. This is what, like, the entire night we had these delusions of them walking to the ring, triple threat match, and then this match, then they lose, and then you get the battle royal stuff. By the way, Tatum Paxley and Lyra Valkyria couldn't tell them the difference. It was hard for me to tell them apart. The hairdos and the thing. I was like, oh shit, they really did a good job on like the stalker gimmick of like, oh shit, I can't tell. They're doing some Gemini shit or the Bashams.
I'm just gonna bunch all the backstage segments together now. Stevie Turner is back with an ability to keep her hands still. Chase U, have they created an OnlyFans? And did JC Jane just ask out another member of Chase U?
Yes.
Baron Corbin and Bron Breakker. Baron Corbin and Bron Breakker have an interview, argue about who is the leader. Bron calls them the Wolf Dogs. Baron wasn't happy with it. Apparently, Bron has come up with it for 4 or 5 weeks when they've only been a team for 2 weeks. Bron was also thinking about them each other in the shower. This was just awkward. JBL gives Josh Briggs some advice.
You gotta leave him. You gotta leave him. You gotta leave it all behind. I picked you because you're a man. You're a monster. You're a killer. You could be a wrestling god. Show the world. Show the world, Briggs. But to sum up all the backstage segments real quick, I'm sending a cease and desist to Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker because, Manny, in Canada, we are known as the Wolf Dogs. In Alaska, we are known as the Wolf Dogs. In any Icelandic place such as Greenland or the Arctic, we are known as the Wolf Dogs. I'm sorry, it's happened. Cease and desist.
I know we're working on time constraints, Marcus, but you know how long our intro is going to be if we have region-specific intros?
Hey, I'm sorry, man. I'm taking indie bookies all over the world. In the Congo, we're known as the Wild Boar.
In where?
In the Congo.
Just the Congo.
Just the Congo.
Ridge Holland versus Joe Coffey. Ridge Holland wins, and then the rest of Gallus continue to beat him down. While
in the Congo and some buffets, we are known as the Wild Boar. Depending on the buffets. Oh my gosh, the Wild Boars are here. No, not in this buffet. You guys aren't that good.
LWO defeat Chase U. Joaquin Wilde is showcasing more in NXT more than he did when he was originally in NXT.
Yeah, what the fuck? What the fuck? Where's the Zima Ion shit coming from? This innovation and athleticism. This isn't Joaquin Wilde. This is Zima Ion I'm watching. He's doing the slingshot last week, and then the tornado DDT suicide dive this week. The man looks like a star and looks like he's going for gold on his own. He's about to leave Legardo. He's about to go. He's about to get in touch with his Filipino roots again, Betty. You should be proud. You should be proud. It's gonna come out with Manny Pacquiao. It's gonna be dope.
But Marcus, Eddie Thorpe and Trey Bearhill state their tribes, talking about representation. Then a racist Dijak walks in. He is happy Eddie has made a friend and apologizes for interrupting their powwow. Dijak threatens to put Trey on the shelf just like he did Eddie. Then we open up with a match. Trey Bearhill versus Dijak.
Yes.
This segment was so racist.
Yes. Unapologetically racist, Manny. Unapologetically. It came in when they met and it was like, speak your tribe. All right. It was like them claiming it's set. I was like, okay, cool. Now that they met, they can team together. Hold on. Dijak comes in the room and I go, okay, this is Eddie Thorpe's arch nemesis for life. The most racist man in wrestling today. Comes in and was like, the same argument I said, there can't be two Native Americans around here. I have to kill one tonight. Trey Bearhill! I'm coming for you, sucker. So they have a match, whatever. And then this post-match, it's
Joe Gacy attacks Dijak.
Yeah, Joe Gacy attacks Dijak.
And then Bearhill is attacked by Lexus King in the tightest trousers in the game.
Yes. And Manny, and I see it now. I see the tag team now. I see it now. Eddie Thorpe and Bearhill versus, I don't know why I want to call him Joey Janela, but Joey Janela and Dijak.
Joey Janela.
I'm inspired by Joey Janela. But no, that seemed like we're going to get that match at Vengeance Day.
Yeah.
And Joe Gacy on commentary for some reason looked great. I want to leave him there.
Man.
I want to leave him there.
Nah, man. Both him and Ava Ray need to be fired.
I think Joe Gacy would make an excellent commentator. I think he is the excellent. He'd be a nice replacement for Jim Ross or Kevin Patrick. Kevin Patrick on SmackDown.
So we get the battle royal. Lola Vice eliminates Elektra, and Paxley eliminates Lola Vice. Lola and Elektra fight to the back. So that's the story part of that section. The final four is Fallon Henley, Kiana James, Kalani Jordan, and Roxanne Perez. Roxanne wins the Fatal 4-Way, hitting Pop Rocks and Kalani Jordan. But I have to say, Marcus, I'm very proud of Fallon Henley and Kiana James because when we first saw them, they were trash. Now they are somewhat. You have seen improvement in both of them.
Yes, lots of improvement, and a lot of stuff in this match where you go like, you know what? Everybody's improved. It's a pretty good division. There's so many women on NXT. If you go back to the backstage segment, you can't name them all. Like it's the backstage segment where Gigi and Lash Legend are sharing, I guess, shampoo, but this is the Santino. I don't know why I'm blanking on her name too. What's her name? The princess. Ariana Grace is going to her speech and then walking out. You have all the sets of women here. Then you go into the Chase U segment. There's all the women JC James are talking to. Then we go into the Battle Royal. Half of the people who weren't in that backstage segment originally are in this Battle Royal. And then I'm going like, who? What? I was getting close. I was like, Stevie Turner, Tatum. All right, okay. The people who were missing are like, Lakita Lyons. That was it. I didn't even know if Roxanne Perez was in the match until the final four.
This is what I think with what they've got in NXT. I don't think they should be that bummed out if they don't actually bring back Mercedes Moné or Sasha Banks or whatever. We've still got a week of rumors to deal with for the Royal Rumble. But I think if they don't sign her, I think they're better off. I think if you sign her, you kind of limit yourself in terms of all these female wrestlers' development because if you maintain the 4 horsewomen, there isn't that many other spots to go up when you include the other women on the main roster already that are somewhat capable already.
Now, Manny, can I add that? Is it too soon to say, you know what, 4 horsewomen, you had your time. They had their time. You guys are all great. Still very talented in the ring. Becky, Charlotte, Bayley, whatever, Sasha, whoever. You guys are all great. But it's time to put you guys on that Roman Reigns type of schedule. Or that you're an attraction now when you come out. Like you show up once every 2 weeks. And we let some of these other women, because there's a lot of women on their roster shine.
I think so. I think if you really think about it, the NXT clearly have they're doing whatever they're doing in the Performance Center. They're doing it right. They're doing the women right. They
hey, don't say that. You can't say that because Vince McMahon's baby back there. He got NDAs and shit.
They're treating them. They're treating them right in terms of
yes.
They still get ring time, doing all those coconut loop stuff around Florida and stuff where they're still doing matches. They're still working. They're not just in the PC working each other. They're actually having proper matches in front of people. So when they come up, they're not completely out of loops where I'm a bit nervous here.
Yeah.
So I think they're doing it right, and I think more credit should be given to that NXT roster because I don't think people really give them that credit. Because look at what they've done with Tiffany Stratton in 2 years. We're all talking about her being the next big star of the women's division.
Yeah, she's Charlotte Flair already.
Yeah, in 2 years.
Yeah, and even Kalani Jordan, who's I think she's 19, 20.
I think she's 21, but I think I don't know how long she's been in it, but she's only really started making a name for herself in the last 6 months, and she looks good in the ring. She's starting to look fluid in the ring.
Yeah, they gave her a coffee spot that they decided to shoot a commercial break in this match. She don't make it. Ridiculous. You're on commercial. We're on commercial if she don't make it. And I was like, that wasn't that big of a jump. When she jumped, I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
So close.
I mean, I wouldn't be able to make that jump.
I think you could have made that jump, Manny. I don't know. but we would all enjoy seeing you do it. But this is also come from the man that said he could do the Katana Chance and Caden Carter walking in the ring and then flipping off of somebody's spot.
Yeah, but Marcus, there's one thing about our matches. They're never televised because pay additional money to watch us wrestle.
Yeah. And I like to say that our violence is not sanctionable for network television. Like, we're insane. We're kings of the ropes, but we also get down. We get down with our hands too.
But yeah, I think you're right. It may be time that we let some of the we can let one of the 4 horse women go to another big company. It's fine. Because they ain't got Charlotte. They ain't got Charlotte for a year now.
Yep. Charlotte can sit back. Like, we're currently we have like 3 generations of women's wrestlers going on, and that's because of Natty. Natty's the old Divas era. So she's still around. You got the 4 horsewomen. You got the Bianca, Io, Rhea era kind of going out. And then, and I guess Chelsea would be in the middle of that. And then the middle is Chelsea Piper and stuff. And then you have all these NXT young talent who could just go up. Like, like Lash Legend, I feel like can make it on the main roster and just be a force to reckon with. Real quick. And, you still got Nia and stuff. So it's a lot. It's a lot of people.
Well, I think Lash Legend's going to make it on the main roster because I remember someone talking about Bianca Belair holding all the strength records in NXT. Lash Legend's beat them all.
Yeah.
So like, I think Lash Legend will probably take over that next big power woman thing. Apparently, Camille was backstage at Dynamite last night.
Any intention of her signing there? Like, she is a free agent. Who knows? We'll see. But again, they would have to expand their women's segments to have either her, Peraza, or whoever else on there.
Yeah, it's a waste of time, and I feel like they're instantly rushing this Deonna Purrazzo, Tony Storm thing. So like, it's the same thing when what's her name came in when she battled Jade for the TNT TBS
title. Tyra Valkyrie.
Yeah, they rushed her straight. Yeah, Tyra Valkyrie. They rushed her straight into a program with a champion, and then kind of just like we never saw her again. So I'm concerned. I'm concerned of how quick they're booking this.
Yeah, that she's already fighting on Rampage. That's my concern. Once you start fighting on Rampage, there's no coming back. Just ask Jeff Hardy. He's like, damn, I'm over here. Yeah, but women's division's healthy and all, and I'm curious because Jay Cargill and Lash Legend, not just because they're both black, but because the physiques and taller women, and I guess because they're black, they're similar. How do you use them? And do you just make them a tag team at this point? I would. Put the black women together.
But then I also want to add Bianca Belair to that mix, and then you've got 3 ranges of ability.
Yeah, athleticism, power, style, looks, charisma.
Yeah,
let's add all the black women together. Black girl magic to tag the team.
I mean, they could just be a spin-off of the Pride.
Yeah, or you can just put them in the Pride. Like, yeah, if Jade joined the Pride, I wouldn't have a problem with it. I think she'd fit perfect in there. It'd be better than BFAB or Ashanti the Adonis, who I want to follow up on this. I want to follow up. What you going to do with him? What are you going to do? We got no follow-up this week.
So yeah, that is today's show.
Quick question. What do you think of Battle Royal turn to regular match? Real quick.
I thought it made better sense. I did think they could have probably, if they had more time in terms of like the Vengeance Day, I'd have probably saved it for the week after. But it would.
Yeah, but it kind of leaves. It ends weird when you go like, these are the 4 remaining in show.
Yeah,
but I
feel like the
Royal
Rumble
someone does it.
Yeah, I feel like the Royal Rumble should have end that way anyway.
Yeah.
Because like I remember the one where it was Shawn Michaels and Undertaker as the last 2, and then and it was just them having a match for like 10 minutes before the Undertaker eliminated Shawn.
Or even the more recent one, Bianca and Rhea. They basically had a match at the end of their Royal Rumble elimination. It's always nice. It's always nice. I'd rather get the match and then see who's determining if tells why you already know when you fought 39 or 29 or 28 other people when it comes down to us, and then we fight it out. And it's like,
yeah,
it's like
cool. even when you think about last year's men's Royal Rumble with the 2023 one, it ended with Gunther and Cody, but these two have not stepped in the ring together since.
Yeah. Well, you want to save that. That's on Monday Night Raw or SmackDown, like a big main event somewhere.
Yeah. But yeah, that's today's show. Make sure you tune in to a special edition of The Shoot with Eric and the Sharpie Wife tomorrow, same time, same place. And then we will all be back together on Saturday to talk about what the fuck is going on with Ashanti the Adonis.
What's going on with Karrion Kross and his group?
Because Marcus, if Nick Aldis hasn't done anything, I expect you to have the same hatred because he is a liar.
He is a liar. He is. Liars. I love him. So on Saturday show, Manny, I'm gonna make sure I do cardio before I do the show. I'm gonna come up to the radio and be like, Ashanti, hold on.
I'm gonna do the whole show like Ted DiBiase versus Bret Hart.
Classic night of breathing.
Or this. I still have this.
Yep. If I were to put that on my TV and have it on loud, the neighbors would be like, "What's going on over there? What's going on over there?"
And so make sure you tune into us. This content till Saturday. Marcus, the last thing I'm going to close with. We have two shorts that are booming, and they're both R-Truth shorts.
He's over again. It's like with
this
Sammy
channel
George
is being saved by R-Truth. So what I want all of you to do tonight, when you hear this, I want you to get yourself some Vaseline, rub that shit all over your face, and believe.
And believe.
We out. Peace.